Hi, my name is Sharon and I am a personality manager. And we're going to talk about the traits and how you can change your behavior to achieve more of the success that you want in life and influence others better and easier in a positive way. Each trait has a positive and negative behavior. So we have a choice, and we're going to talk about that somewhat. And so this is Jesus, and he's helping me out here.
It's interesting that you bring up change, and this past weekend, I was actually at a retreat with a bunch of entrepreneurs and a bunch of people who are just trying to better themselves. So at this retreat, I was told that I was considered an extroverted person, which I thought was great in a way, because I know in past videos you mentioned that we are born with our traits. And I consider myself an introvert. And that is because I enjoy my alone time. I don't really like conversating with too many people at a time. I'd rather just have one or two people and have deeper conversations rather than go out there and just be friendly with everybody. And there is at times where my introverted side really kicks in and I just isolate myself, even at these events, just because I choose not to reach out or talk to people. So when I was told that they considered me an extrovert, it's the way that I came off to these people. And earlier today when you were talking about changing your traits and bettering yourself, that's something that I've really changed about myself. Because my true introverted self that I used to be, I'd say 5-6 years ago, I would have never imagined me going out and talking to people the way I do. Because even my mom came out to an event we did about a year ago, and I spoke on stage and she asked me, she's like, never in my life would have I imagined you would be speaking on stage to so many people.
Yeah.
And now that I've met you and I've seen your videos and I've helped you with your content, it's something that I've realized that it wasn't my fault I was an introvert. It's just something that I was born with.
Right.
But I was able to change that. And that's just an experience I've had with changing. Would you consider an introverted person, would you consider that to be part of their traits?
Oh, yes. I would, in knowing you and working with you, I would certainly say that you are an introvert. But, again, you have put yourself out there. You've used other traits to be what you need to be in your business and so on, and have done a great job of doing that. But you see, there are a lot of things that people don't know is that it's actually an asset to be an introvert, too. I've finally figured out that I was an introvert, and I really like it. I hope that's okay, because I really like it. Because I get to be with people when I want to be, and I can be friendly, and you can too. But then you can go back in your cave or whatever and do your other things, because there's certain traits. The trait of things interest, for one thing, is they actually get tired around being a people for too long.
Yes.
It brings down their energy, whereas people who have people interest, it brings up their energy when they work with people. And so, we have to be more extrovert in our business, which I am and you are. But then I gotta have a time where I don't have to be around people. Whereas a true people person, they want to be around people all the time.
Yeah, and they just feel low energy with themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's allowed me to have a great relationship with myself.
Yes.
Just being able to be alone, and I think that's why I'm able to be more productive, because I like being in my office and just working alone for 4 to 5 hours at a time. to where I work with other extroverted people, and they just love having people at the studio all the time.
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
I'm like, this is such a distraction.
I know.
I feel so lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to talk to anybody right now because I'm focused.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. What would you say are the, not proper steps, but how can someone prepare to change a strong trait they have?
Well, first of all, the first thing you do is you accept who you are and all of your traits that you have, and know that they're just great. And they are, because that's your gift. So your gift is not to be a people person, but you can call on other traits to help you. Maybe your information too. And you can maybe think, well, I can be around people if I can have meaningful conversation, but not just chit chat. And so then you can create more places where you can express that. And but you have to talk to your brain to accept a change like that. And you want to figure out some kind of a goal that you have that fits into your traits already, that you can use as the goal to inspire you to make the change. So maybe if you're a business, you've got the business traits, and that can inspire you to say, well, in order to fulfill my business traits, then I'm going to have to be a little more extroverted.
Right. And I feel that's where it's really important, knowing all your traits. That's where I've found a face analysis really beneficial. Is because if I didn't have those other traits, for example, if I didn't have the business trait that I do, it wouldn't give me a reason to want to change my introvert self. So I like that you bring that up, that we use other traits to help kick in what we don't have.
And that helps your brain accept change much easier. And willpower doesn't work really well because we tend to go back to our traits. But if we can call on other traits that has some kind of a goal with that, then that gives us the help.
Okay, so it's you align yourself rather than fight with yourself and start debating and start going through these mental battles, such as, should I go out there and talk to them? Should I not? So just have those other traits kick in.
Yes.
So you could have said that this weekend, I wasn't thinking about my introverted self, but I was more focused on my business goals and business traits. So I came off as an extrovert.
Right. Absolutely. And that's really important. I have the trait of critical perception.
Okay.
And critical perception, I've said all along, it's a gift and it's a curse. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Because a person with critical perception, they see the flaws in everything. Well, you can imagine living that way is not real fun, especially, and not real fun with your people that you live with too, if you're critical all the time. Now, whether you speak or verbalize your criticalness, that's another trait. So some people are critical, but they don't verbalize it, And but I've totally accepted that trait, because if I'm looking at a project, I want to make sure I got all the flaws taken care of.
Okay.
If I'm writing a book, I want to know when I've made mistakes, a lot of mistakes. And so it's a good thing. And so you learn to turn it off. I literally will turn it off sometimes. I'll say, no, I'm going to enjoy this concert or this whatever it is.
Okay.
And because I love music, and so I'm just going to enjoy it. And I don't have to have that on all the time. And so you can learn how to turn off those traits. But usually you have to have some reason.
Oh, okay. Good thing I don't have any flaws.
Ah.
That's why you like recording with me. No, that's great. That's really interesting. I think it's interesting how we can, as humans, just have the power to change what we don't like about ourselves. And I think that's something people don't realize. I think people just think they are who they are, and they're stuck the way they are and they can't change. Because I know, I think especially young people, we compare ourselves to others, and we say, I wish I could be more like him because he has more friends, or I wish I could be more productive like this person because they're constantly taking action. And if we truly want something, we can become that.
Yes, and we can use other people as an example. I know that my daughter has a quality that I really like, and kind of being an introvert, then it's been hard for me to adopt that. But by using my traits, and also I can say, now what would she do in this situation, you know?
Okay.
And then you can call on other traits that you have, and use that. So we can influence each other and help each other in that way.
That's actually helped me a lot. I usually try to hang out with people that have traits that I want.
Yes, and that's just natural. You know, it's just natural to do that. It's like I just die in a situation, a social situation, where you know, all they're talking about is whatever, the weather, or something they're complaining about. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break, please. I want out of here. So, what you can do though is you can raise up the level of the conversation, and then if they don't like it, then they leave. So then that's okay.
Oh, okay, so that's better. Now you're alone.
That's right.
Which is good. It's what you wanted in the first place. No, that's really true. I've heard a lot of people have conversations where I want to go in just to meet them, but then I hear the conversation and I'm like,
I know.
This is ridiculous. I don't want to be talking about this. It's a waste of time. And I'm constantly thinking of this, and I like that you've said that. I've never thought about that. Why don't you just go in there and hire the...
Yeah, raise the level.
Raise the level of the conversation.
Because otherwise, you know, nobody learns anything, because you're just, you know, just...
That's how it is. That sometimes I go to business events and they're talking about the news or something that's going on, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be here to interact with people, not complain and talk about what's going on. But no, that's really interesting. I'm gonna start rising the level now when I hear that.
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody leaves.
That's really good. Then they either participate or they're out of there, you know. But one really neat thing about this is that is that you can talk about your traits with your family and friends. It's like with my trait of critical perception, my kids will call me and they'll say, "Now, Mother, I have something I want to share with you, but I don't want to hear anything negative about it." And so, you know, ordinarily we might get our feelings hurt, but why get your feelings hurt? I know I have critical perception. They know I have critical perception, so why not say something?
And that goes back to the first step where you say, let's just accept it.
Yeah, and so I'll say, "Oh, okay." So I go, you know, keep my mouth shut, and they tell me, and I say, "Oh, that's interesting." And you know, inside I might think, "Yeah, but have you thought about this, or have you thought about that?" But I keep it to myself because they've set the rules, and you really need to respect that. So I do that, and but then a lot of times they'll call me and say, "Mother, I'm going to tell you something. I need your best advice." Well, then I know I can turn it on, and I can do all the critical stuff I want, and then we have a good conversation with that. So it's important that we respect each other's traits and respect each other as a person, and for goodness sakes, not get your feelings hurt. I gave up getting my feelings hurt a long time ago. Rarely do I ever get my feelings hurt, and if I do, it's for a minute or two. You know, I just don't do that.
And you're done with it.
It doesn't work. I mean, what a way to live, to get your feelings hurt all the time. Oh my gosh. So if everything's just out in the open, there it is, right here. Your profile.
Yeah, that's what you
right
are.
There.
No, guys, I cannot state this enough. I really recommend everybody get their face analysis. It personally has helped me realize a lot about myself and who I am. And if you do not like certain traits that you have, you can learn more about this with Sharon's videos, or she has a photo analysis you can take. And it's really helped me realize that I can change my introverted self. As a business person and entrepreneur, I know it's important to be an extrovert at times, and it has really helped me.
Good. Just subscribe and go to their website, Personality Manager, and I mean, we have courses. You can learn all this stuff. There's no secret here. You can learn all about yourself and other people and the whole thing. And boy, does it make a difference in working with people.
Awesome. Thank you, Sharon.
All right.